Hi, you guys. Today's YouTube video is about this class action lawsuit that just got issued against Scott Disick and Kim Kardashian West. The Kardashians are again being alleged to doing some sketchy things. Here's some of the items that's in this particular complaint. Negligent misrepresentations, operation of illegal Florida game, operation of illegal Florida, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the bottom line is, you guys, all of these things that you're seeing in this complaint have to do with their Instagram and social media giveaways where Scott or Kim or one of the Kardashians asks you to follow someone. So maybe you guys have participated and could join this class action lawsuit. These people are from Florida, but who knows? Here's how you would enter this contest. Okay, so here were some of the winners in number 55 of the complaint. There they are with all their goodies. It says defendants are running their illegal lotteries on a reoccurring basis, and such lotteries are being promoted by Curated, that's a company, and alternatively by each of the other defendants. However, all the new lotteries are also mentioning past lotteries in order to convince Instagram users that these games of chance are reliable and legitimate. The website maintained by Curated shows that more than one Kardashian promoted these lotteries. On or around April 20th, Pop saw that Kim K is organizing a giveaway with a total prize of $120,000 in partnership with Disick. This giveaway was hosted by Scott Disick on his Instagram account. The post also mentioned Curated as promoter. Could this be our best prize ever, is rhetorically asked. Disick in his post referring to the past giveaways organized by him and other defendants. In order to check if the lottery is legitimate, Pop visited Curated website and also reviewed what he believed to be the honest opinion of various famous influencers, most of them related to friends of Disick and Kim K. The opinions expressed by influencers, all named as defendants in this lawsuit, induced Pop to enter the lottery. It clearly and reasonably appeared to Pop that this is just one in a series of lotteries organized and promoted by Curated Business Pty Ltd. Scott Disick, Kendall Jenner, Kris Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, Kimberly Kardashian West, Kourtney Kardashian, Sophie Richie, Gretchen Christine Rossi, all involved. So he wanted to participate with all these cool people, and this particular gentleman who started this class action lawsuit was like really excited. Anyway, to participate in said game of chance, Pop was required to indeed and did follow all the profiles that the defendants requested that he follow. Also, as requested, Pop changed his privacy setting and allowed his profile to be public until the prize was awarded. It took much longer than 90 seconds. It took approximately 3 minutes to follow all the accounts in the list, and Pop did it only to participate in defendants' lotteries, not because he found anything particularly interesting about these accounts. Pop did not receive the alleged right to enter into the lottery without consideration. By following all those unrelated accounts and changing the privacy settings on his Instagram to the public, Pop provided the defendants and the accounts he followed access to his data. Did you believe it? Right after he did that, he received unsolicited updates and advertising for products unrelated to Pop's interests in Pop's Instagram feed. Since Disick's posts about the lottery required that participants follow these accounts and are made public until the prize is awarded, Pop had no choice but to see how his Instagram feed is taken over by strangers that he had no interest in. Further, because of his participation in the defendants' lotteries, Pop's Instagram account started to become the target of unsolicited DMs and in-feed posts, many of them considered offensive by Pop, and most of them containing unwanted content. Pop was never contacted back with the results of the lottery, and he never received any prize. Not only did Pop spend time following 75 unrelated accounts, oh my goodness, I would never bother. God bless this boy. I hope he gets his damn prize. He had to continue to parse through his feed and these accounts to determine who had won the lottery and how and when the prize was awarded. During all this time, Pop's privacy settings were set to public. Disick deleted any reference to this giveaway a few days after he originally posted it. Lucky for me, Kourtney Kardashian has shown hers. So we've got Kourtney Kardashian's, both her winner on the right and what the giveaway was. I mean, it's compelling, right? Who wouldn't want to get all that Louis Vuitton? I mean, I'm practically wanting to go sign up right now, although I know better. I know that, unfortunately, promotional lists that have to do with lotteries or giveaways are looking for people who have an inclination to hope against all odds to win something, and that makes them a target, unfortunately. And I'm doing this video so not to ruin or dash your lottery hopes, but to make sure you understand that it does make you vulnerable to people who are targeting people who might fall for a hustle. This is a symbolic filter. You know as well as I do, they're going to force another company that they're working with to offer them indemnification, meaning if there's any liability that comes from this giveaway, they're covered, protected. The other company has to pay the legal bills and deal with it. But what if there's some personal liability, which is what this complaint seems to indicate? That could be not great for them. Is it possible that there is a little bit of an entrepreneurial component to this giveaway, that Scott or Kim or the other influencers that did it might have a piece of the action from the lead lists that are generated, and therefore some liability because they directly have almost a sole proprietorship benefit, let's say, as a business, unless of course they did it in a company's name. But as far as the lawsuit's concerned, they see them conducting these giveaways as individuals, not company. So that's really serious if they can prove it. The person they are doing advertising for. So that leads me to believe that this might have been Scott Disick's cockamamie scheme or something. He found a company that said they could put this together. He was like, this is a no-brainer with my 6 friends and make a lot of money. But maybe he didn't look into, the legal aspects of it, especially if they did it in multiple countries or multiple states. There's lots of rules and regulations around, getting people sign off on using their information for profit or advertising. There's lots of rules and regulations in regards to what you can say in a lottery and what you have to deliver and how you deliver it. And oh my gosh, whoa, what a thing. And there's rules where it's in some places it's legal and other places it's not legal. Anyway, I don't know who the hell is advising the Kardashians, but from a business standpoint, I'm sorry, the hustle, A+, the marketing, A+, the legal, I'm going to say B right now, B. The absolute, protection of the family and them and due diligence is C. They should be not conducting business with any business they haven't done a thorough check on. Hell, if we can figure it out, they sure as hell can if they give it 5 minutes, I'm going to download the complaint and put it in the Patreon if you guys want to read it. I'll read my favorite section on here, though, before I go. My gosh, this was Kim and Scott's business that they did under their personal name, not a company. Curated just helped them. I think they bought the leads from Kim and Scott. What? Oh, no, this is ridiculous. Wow, this is way worse than I thought. You guys are not even reporting on this in the way they should. Listen to this, number 19 of the complaint. In fact, again, the complaint, anybody could write a complaint, but, it's not good to lie in a court. So you have to assume that there's some validity to it. It says, in fact, this is a family business. Not only is Kim K and Disick involved in this confidence scheme in the last 2 years, but also their friends and relatives, Kendall Jenner, Kris Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian, Sophie Richie, and Gretchen Christine Rossi promoted the so-called giveaways, allegedly promoted by defendant curated business PTY, the promoter, a company registered in Australia and licensed to run lotteries there, but not anywhere else. Big problem. License that curated has in Australia does not cover organizing lotteries outside Australian territory in the United States, or specifically in Florida and California. And no doubt, if the so-called cash giveaways are considered full-scale lotteries in Australia, they are lotteries regardless of where the participants reside. This is a big problem. This was really, I can't believe they didn't know that this was a problem. Like, wow. Even if the defendants claim that lotteries are organized by the promoter in Australia, often the participants must enter through an Instagram account belonging to Disick, a person residing in California. The named plaintiff entered the lottery that was promoted by Kim K, a California resident, and took place on Disick's account. The plaintiff understood this lottery to be, in fact, organized by Disick and promoted and curated by Kim Kardashian. They go on to complain that they're not following FTC rules, that because these were high stake giveaway items, that it is in the category of lottery because it's not a t-shirt or something small, it's big ticket items. They weren't properly tagged, that this was like an advertising scheme in a sense. They're arguing that the ambiguity of social media, what jurisdiction does this fall? Like if the user is in the United States and Kim is in California and the winner is being selected out of Australia through this company that has a lottery license, what is the jurisdiction of this, this business? And you kind of have to have clear jurisdiction to know if it's legal or not. The grayness, it doesn't really protect you. So they're saying, well, we're going to pick the jurisdiction that works for us in our complaint, which is the US and California that has like strict lottery rules. And they're probably going to argue, well, the winner was chosen in Australia and they had a license, but I don't know if that's going to fly because it didn't with gambling companies when they tried to pull that. They were like, but we're based in a place that it's legal to do gambling. And they're like, tough shit. The people who are gambling are not in that place. Apparently, they also allege in this lawsuit, which is very interesting because of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and all the allegations about real people bots, which is now a thing, in case you didn't know. It says on 48, indeed, the defendants sell followers by the thousands. Anyone who needs to have another 500,000 followers for their account so their message goes louder and further can pay $25,000 and that gets to harass 500,000 or more people that have no interest in their account or their products. For only US 5 cents or US 10 cents per follower, anyone can get as many as they can afford. I totally believe that a lot of people are buying followers. I've been asked numerous times. I have always, since Real Housewives of Beverly Hills days, when a lot of my cast member friends were buying followers because they believed if Bravo saw them being followed, they would be more secure in their housewife position because they would be deemed more popular. I never believed in doing that because I always really wanted to know if the people following me were actually like really interested in what I was doing or saying or what I was into. And I didn't ever want a false narrative to cloud my own judgment of what I was doing. So I never did it. And in fact, if you look, my Twitter count has only gone up. I had 40,000 Twitter followers. No, it went up to 50,000 when I was on the show. And then it went to 45,000. It dropped to 39,000 because I wasn't online for 7 years or something like that. Then I went back online. Then it went up to 42,000, okay? The 2,000 being the most active, okay? And then on my Instagram, I started it almost, I want to say 2 years ago, and I have 22,000 followers. I mean, but then there's other people who are, they go to 50,000 almost overnight. And I just question, I could be just super unpopular, and I get that. you know, the things that Page Six have written and others, like I'm sure people are like, oh my God, pariah, because they don't know, you know, they're just listening to some other, you know, bullshit blog thing talking, because that's what I think Page Six is at this point. But like, I really believe there's a lot of false following happening out there. And I think it's unfortunate, because then people that really build their accounts with dignity and like integrity, those accounts, I mean, definitely when I post something, I get like a proper response for the amount of people I have, right? Like, so I have integrity behind that. I'm like, you know, if I get this, I'm going to get 2,000 or 3,000 views of that particular thing. And then if I send it through Reels, you know, I'm going to get 100,000 because it's going to go through the feed. But like, the reality of it is this false following thing is really convoluting stuff, and you just don't know who's really popular and who isn't. And now that they're real users pretending to be bots, it makes it even more confusing, because you can't even tell in the old way, although there is some indicators, but I won't get into them on this video. I have gotten into them on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills videos though. Even true. And the person, whoever Scott's saying to follow, I guess, is getting a huge boost of followers and cloud and all this stuff, but none of it's real. But yet the system doesn't know that. So maybe it does something from an algorithm perspective in the Instagram system or whatever it is. And that's what they're paying for, that boost. I don't know. I wonder about these things. I wanted to spend some time on this because I hate people thinking they're not popular or something because of followers or whatever, because it's just bullshit. And I want to say something else too. Like, the proven math on Instagram with real followers is the longer you're on Instagram and the more subject matter you post and you tag, the more followers you're going to get over time. And there is a thing where I believe there's a thing that if you don't look at someone's feed for a long enough period of time, I believe Instagram unfollows you for certain people. And so your numbers are always struggling because they're going up by people following you and they go down by Instagram saying, well, this person hasn't looked at this feed for a really long time, we're taking them off. And that's how they keep people on Instagram thriving, or striving, I should say, for followers. Remember, addiction is everything in social media. The binging, the notifications, all those things are to train you. I'm already addicted, as you know. Love you guys. Mwah. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Oh, and increase my followers, but only if you really want to.